I like to keep my promises, and I promised more full-length workouts that you can work out along with me, and allows me to break down the workouts even more than I already do because 90 seconds sometimes isn't enough. This is my week 4 leg workout for my free 8-week program, A Future Stronger Me, and this is the first time we're adding a straight set. Please excuse my warm-up for my squats. We are going to do 4 sets of 10 of these squats, but we're going to rest for 1 to 3 minutes between each set of 10. This is going to allow our muscles to refill the energy they need to perform the contraction to move this heavier weight. Straight sets are great for improving your overall strength in comparison to circuit training that improves our strength overall, but this will do it much quicker. As a college athlete and a college strength and conditioning coach, traditional strength training holds a near and dear place to me, and I believe everybody should give it a try. If it's not your cup of tea, it isn't, but it is great to help us improve our strength and work on our pitfalls. Here we are doing 10 reps at 50 to 70% of our 1 rep max. If you don't know it, this should be comfortably uncomfortable. So we should be able to get through all 10 reps with ease, but at the last few reps, it should become a challenge. Now, please have a workout buddy or ask a personal trainer at the gym to help you. You can also just do this straight set with dumbbells or kettlebells. Yes, I have a dance party after my straight sets. It's just something that I love to do. Always be kind and unrack your weights if you're in a public gym and don't have a home gym. This straight set, again, was only 4 sets, 10 reps, with a 1 to 3 minute rest break between. Mine was 135 pounds, which is also my body weight, but that's for me. Feel free to use a Smith machine, dumbbell, kettlebells, or if you're comfortable with a barbell, hop onto it. My next program will be traditional strength training, and I can't wait to start that journey with you guys. Now it's time to move on to our circuit training. This is the same workout that I posted in a short reel. We're going to start with a very heavy weight in sumo squats. Make sure those feet are turned out at 45 degrees and very wide set in order to work our adductors and abductors, so AD deductors and AB deductors, our glute means, and all of those great stabilizers that work on providing that hip and lumbar stability. We are going to do 10 reps to 12 reps with this very heavy weight. Mine is 90 pounds. 8 reps is also fine. We are going to perform 3 to 6 rounds of this circuit, and it should take about 24 to 50 minutes. Move that heavy weight aside, and we are going to go into single leg deadlifts, 10 reps each side. You will find that you have better balance on one leg versus the other, and that is perfectly fine. Doing unilateral or single leg movements is a great way to find out where your weak points are that are going to set you up for injury. I have a broken back or a broken SI joint, so single leg movements and anything I can do to reduce my risk of re-injury or inflammation of my broken back, I am going to do. We are going to do 10 reps each leg. As you see, I'm moving my upper body and leg almost like they're in a straight line with each other. If you think of like those dipping birds that dip down and get water and come back up, very similar motion to that. You want your core to be tight from your thighs all the way up to your shoulders. I pause sometimes. I want to do my best to balance, but if you need to put your foot down as you come up, that's fine. We can also do a B stance or a kickstand deadlift if you're not ready for a single leg deadlift. The goal in circuit training is to keep the transitions minimal. You want to keep that heart rate elevated. You want to keep everything working. The rest comes at the end of the circuit when we go to repeat. Again, you can see here where my balance is a little bit harder on my right foot because I broke my right SI joint, my low back where it meets my hip. So sometimes I'll take my time, go a little bit slower, really focus on my form. 10 reps here, and then we are going to move into a wide set lateral lunge, still using the same weight. So take your time, move through it, and if you need to put that back foot down and go into a kickstand, make sure most of the weight is on that front foot. During these transition times between exercises, perfectly fine to grab a sip of water. Keep it under 30 seconds if possible. This next move is the wide set lateral lunge or lateral squat. I am going to do it weight free. and get the movement into my body first because it is one that requires some flexibility and mobility. So I like to warm it up specifically, and then I will do the weight in a front rack position and then get down low on one side like I would a lunge and just shift back and forth. If you want to, you can add a band I would do below the knees, but you might have to bring your knees in a little bit more. This is piggybacking off of that sumo squat that we started it with. So we are working similar muscle groups in this workout. Right here is where I start to feel the burn. So we're going to run through this 8 to 10 reps each leg. Now we are going to move to the ground. I am going to go grab a yoga block. I did edit this section a little bit because I was rearranging some weights that my spouse walked through, so didn't want him to be in the video without his consent. All right, so I'm going to put this yoga block underneath my knee. I want to get my body in a different position than my normal side bridge, just to challenge my upper body a little bit more and challenge my glutes a little bit more. These leg raises, my leg should feel like it's slightly behind me to fully activate that glute med. These are stabilizing muscles. We just worked them with all of the exercises, and now we're working them unweighted. I'm going to rotate the yoga block and then go into hip dips. You have seen me do these before. Elevating myself on a yoga block allows me to go through a greater range of motion, and essentially that's what we need to do with our muscles, is take them through the greatest range of motion we can in order to maximize the health of that muscle and the strength of that muscle. So we are going to do 10 reps of each back to back. Again, I just burned those glutes and I'm burning them again. Going to take my time. I'm flipping over instead of putting the block on the other side. Going to bridge up, work that shoulder, get everything set, and go into those leg lifts once again. It's not a great or a huge movement, just enough to activate that glute med. 10 reps here. Feel free again if you want to put a band at the bottom of your thighs, just above the kneecap, to activate or to engage that muscle more. That is perfectly fine as well. Back into those side bridge hip dips. Again, in the yoga block, it's going to work that muscle more. I'm keeping that top leg up to have an isometric hold on that glute med that we just worked. So we're hitting two muscles on the opposite side of the body, one doing isometric hold and one moving, which our body does all the time. I had to adjust my yoga block here. Again, transitions and little adjustments are perfectly fine. You're never going to set it up perfect the first time anyway. 10 reps, and then we will be finishing with chin-ups, another glute burner. So I guess this is more of a glute workout than it is a leg workout, but they're all interconnected and you can't really work your glutes without working your legs. So this chin-up, or a 90-90, is phenomenal. We are isolating the core and the glutes in this position. We are going to do 10 reps each side, and then we are going to take our 1 to 2 minute rest break between our rounds. It is okay if you need to take a little bit longer rest break after having the straight set at the beginning and then the first round of your circuit, because your body has to refill those energy systems and those muscle groups. Again, 10 reps on this side. You saw my transition was super quick. This is great for mobility as well. And again, in this front rack position, we are working that core and our shoulders again. With the straight set and this circuit, the workout should take between 30 to 60 minutes if you perform 3 rounds versus the full 6 rounds plus the straight set. Again, if you're not comfortable with the straight set, move straight to the circuit. But if you want to give it a try, I'm here to support you with any questions that you might have. Have a great workout, and thank you so much for working out with me.